السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Welcome back to brothers and sisters. I welcome you all to Madina Book 2. Inshallah, what we're doing today is class 63. So what we are starting today is we're going to start lesson number 28. Just before we start, we're just going to give you a brief revision again that we are doing al-muda'af at the moment, which means that we have fa kalima and we have ain kalima and we have repetition of ain kalima, which gives the fa'a. That's how it will look. For example, hajja. So we know this hajja, it has three letters, hajaja. So it is originally is hajaja. So because there are ain kalima and lam kalima repeat, so the ain kalima loses its vowel sign, and what we get is hajja. So if you just quickly go through the conjugation, how it's done in Madi. So if you see it is hajja, hajja, hajjat, hajju, hajjat, hajjata. And when these are sakin pronouns. So when we get a mutaharrik pronouns, when the noon from noon niswa here, from hunna, so what happens, the original form comes back and the lam kalima gets opened up and it gets sukun, so it becomes hajajna. Then we have hajajta, hajajtuma, hajajtum, hajajti, hajajtuma, hajajtunna, hajajtu, hajajna. So and if you go to mudara, so same thing here, mudara. So we have yahujju. So yahujju, we know in the previous video, we can have a look how it is constructed. We're just going to quickly go through the conjugation. Yahujjani, yahujjuna, tahujju, tahujjani, yahjujna. So we have two mutaharrik pronouns in mudara, that is hunna and antunna, where the original fail comes with the sukun and the lam kalima. So and that's everything. The idgham is kept. So the joining, the assimilation of letters is called idgham, where you get a shadda and we need to keep an eye on the vowel signs. Tahujju, tahujjani, tahujjuna, anti, tahujjina. Because of ya, it gets kasra. And tahujjani, tahjujna, ahujju, nahujju. And one of the interesting aspect of muda'af is the mansub and majzoom form, which both they look similar. So we need to keep an eye what comes in front of it, that it will have the five fa'als where the fa'il is mustatir. We can't see the fa'il attached to the fa'il attached to the fa'il. So in those cases, the majzoom is formed by giving a fatha, but this fatha is not a part of the fa'il, it's just for the phonetics. And originally what it is have a sukun. So how do we describe it? Fa'ilum majzumun bi sukunil muqaddara. The muqaddara means the estimated sukun, but however what we see is the fatha. So that is only in the five in your pocket, what we call our word is fa'il is mustatir. So yahujja, tahujja is like, for example, if it's lam, it will be lam yahujja, lam tahujja. He did not do hajj, she did not do hajj, you did not do hajj. Tahujja, lam ahujja means I did not do hajj, lam nahujja, we did not do hajj. So we know the majzoom form can be made by using original fa'al, which will be lam ahjuj and lam nahjuj, only the five. But otherwise, in other aspects, what we'll have is a noon. Dropping of noon will be mansub and majzoom, and we know hunna and antunna, they are mabni and they don't change at the marfu, mansub or majzoom. So just giving this background briefly. So what we do is, inshallah, we'll start our lesson number 28. Ad-darsu tasi'u wal ashrun. So it's 29th lesson. So again, the conversation between student and teachers, and very beautiful way of Dr. Abdul Rahim to bring conversation and see how the dialogues are constructed and using the lesson described. So al-mudarris, ahajajta ya mas'ud. So we know a is harfu istifham and hajjaj is your fa'al and ta is your fa'il. So did you do hajj ya mas'ud? So that's the question teacher is asking. So we know whenever there's harfu istifham, there should be jawab, harfu jawab. So Mas'ud says la. So la is your harfu jawab. Ya ustaz, no ya ustaz. Hajja. See, hajja is a fa'al madi. So we're looking for fa'il. So where is the fa'il here? Zumala'u is the fa'il. وهو مضاف إن يا متكلم, so it makes زملائي, my colleagues. So my colleagues, how do we translate? My colleagues, they performed Hajj كلهم. So what is kullu? See, kullu here is coming is describing not. So all of them. So that's why it is marfu kullu, not kulla or kulli, because zumla'u is marfu. That's why kullu is also marfu. So my colleagues, all of them, they performed Hajj. Walakinnani. So lakinna, we know it is min akhwatu inna. It will have ism and khabar. So we're looking at ism with this ya mutakallim here, which means I, but I ma hajajtu. So that's the ism, and ma hajajtu is your khabar lakinna. So I did not perform Hajj. So ma is your particle of negation, and hajajtu means I performed Hajj. So I did not perform Hajj. Maridtu. So again, marid is your file, marida is your file, and from hunna you get lam kalima gets sukoon, mutaharrik pronoun, so you get marid na, and I was sick was maridtu. So I was sick ayyam al hajja. So ayyam in the days of Hajj, I was sick in the day of Hajj. Fabaqitu. So we know when the fa comes as a reasoning, therefore, so that's your fa'il. So and the fa comes for reason. I was sick. So what happened because of sick? Because of that, baqitu. So we know baqiya is like nasiya. You know it is naqis, where the lam kalima is weak. So on hunna it becomes sukoon. It gets a sukoon. So baqitu, I remained. Huna, I remained here. Bil madinatil munawwara. That's your fa'al. So I was sick. That's why I in the days of Hajj. Therefore, I remain in Madinatul Munawwara. So, what does the teacher say? La tahzan. So, what is this la? So, we can see the file having sukoon. So, this is lan nahya. So, it says tufidu amr. So, it says la nahya tahzan. Don't be sad. Don't worry. It says don't be sad. Satahujju. Hajja yahujju. So, tahujju means you will perform Hajj. Sa is harmful istiqbal for futurity. So don't be sad, you will perform Hajj fil amil muqbal, in the coming year, inshallah. So if Allah wills, this is how it is. Satahujju is as a fa'al, and that's for any futurity we have to say inshallah. That's a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we read Surah Al-Kahf, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always says that you have to mention inshallah for anything which you have to mention in future. So tamurru as-sanatu. So marra yamurru is to pass by. So tamurru. So we are here. What we're looking is we're looking for the, that's the fa'al. We're looking for the fa'il. So if we see with marfu, so we have sign of marfu as-sanatu. So the year. So why it is tamurru? Because it is tamarbota. It is a feminine, so that's why it is not yamurru, it is tamurru. So the year will pass by bisurah. So be quickly. So don't be sad. You will perform Hajj in the coming year, inshallah. The year will pass very quickly. So the Masud asked the teacher now, Ahajajta anta ya ustad? Did you perform Hajj ya ustad? So here anta is for emphasis. So Hajajta itself means this is a fa'al fa'il taqdiru anta, so in front of you, but this anta again is for emphasis when you're talking, when you're asking a person again. So hajjajta anta ya ustad? Did you perform Hajj? The Mudarris says again, whenever there's a question, there should be particle of answer. So here la lam ahujja. So we need to see here lam ahujja. So it's not ahujju, means that's a marfu. So here we know majzoom form is ends with fatha. So lam ahujja. So I did not perform Hajj. Hada. So الظرف ama is your badal. So I did not perform Hajj this year. Ama is year. Excuse me. Lakinnani. So again we have lakinna. So ism, we are looking at the ism, which is noon wikaya and ya mutakallim connected to lakinna. But I hajajtu, again hajajtu, I performed Hajj. That's a khabar. Lakinna qabla. Qabla is your mudaf ilayhi, sorry, maf'ul bihi connected to hajajtu. I performed Hajj qabla hada, before this, khamsa marrat, 5 times. So if you just refresh our memory for numbers, we know 3 to 10, it is a combination of mudaf, mudaf ilayhi, and the ma'dud is in a plural. So marratun, marratun. So khamsa marratin. So لا لم أهج هذا العام لكنني هججت قبل هذا 5 مرات. Then after a while, he pauses for a while, the teacher, and says أنا أشم رائحة كريهة. So أشم, shamma is to smell. He smelled. And يشم is he smells. أشم, I smell. I smell رائحة is like a smell. Karihatan, a very like disgusting smell. So ama tashammuna. See, shamma yashammu, antum tashammuna. So don't you all smell ra'ihatan ya ikhwan? Don't you smell the bad smell ya ikhwan or brothers? So that's the fa'al shamma, which is shamima. Ra'ihatan is you, maf'ulun bi, karihatan is you, not. And again tashammuna is the fa'al. So Tulab says bala nashammuha. So nashammu means we smell, we are smelling it. Why it is ha? Because obviously it's ta marbuta, it's a feminine. So it is nashammuha, we are smelling it. It's connected to raihatan. Al-Mudhi says min ayna hiya. So where it is coming from? Min ayna hiya. Tulab says Umro, one of the students says azunnuha. So azunnu, again it is from zanna yazunnu. So it's muda'af. So I think, so it's zanana originally. So it's idgham for zanna and azunnu. So azunnu, I think it, ha is your minal hammami. So I think it is from hammam. So Abdullah says na'am, hiya minal hammam. Yes, it is from hammam. Innal qumamata. So we have here inna. So it will have ism and khabar. So it's very interesting to see how the things are connected and they come and form a sentence. So inna, so al qumamata, it forms the ismu inna. So now we are looking for khabar, but if you look at the sentence, how it continues, inna al qumamata allati. So here allati is coming as a na'at, so it is connected to qumamata, is connected to inna, and allati is connected to qumamata, is coming as a na'at. So we know allati is a ism mawsula, and what has allati ism mawsula? It will have silatul mawsul. So we are looking at silatul mawsul is here jumlatul fa'iliya. So truly the garbage, qumamat means garbage, that which ramaha. So we know rama is a fa'il naqis, which is originally ramaya, which is alif maksura, but whenever there is a sorry, I keep saying mudaf ilayhi, it's maf'ulun bihi is attached, this becomes alif mamduda. So this is not a wow, but this is a ya, so we need to remember that. So we're looking for the fa'il. So rama means he threw. So who is threw? So looking for the damma. So ahadu. So wahuwa mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Ahadu tullabi, one of the students. So one of the students threw it. Ha is here qumamatun. And this whole thing, ramaha ahadu tullabi, is a silatul mawsul for allati, and still it is connected to al qumamata. So we haven't reached the khabar of inna. So inna al qumamata allati ramaha ahadu tullabi saddat. So here saddat is your khabar inna. Saddat means to block. And why we have ta here? Feminine, because qomamatu is feminine. So qomamata, that which one of the students threw, has blocked al balu'ata. So what is balu'ata? It is mafulun bihi, but it means it blocked the sewage. Saddat is block and balu'ata is a sewage. So and then now teacher says, then he looks at the board. Saburata means the blackboard. He says, Manil lazi dafa saburata ila al-khalf. So man is who? Who is the one? Allazi again is the isma mawsula, looking at silatul mawsul. Dafa'a is silatul mawsul. So dafa'a means to push. It has another meaning which means to pay, but here it means to push. Who is the one that pushed a saburata? So who is the one that pushed? Saburata is asking a question. Ila al-khalfi, behind. Ta'ala. So we know we have done this fa'al. Ta'ala, which comes from ta'ala, and that's an amr to call. Come here, ya Sa'id. Ta'ala ya Sa'id, come here. Wa Sa'id. Wa jurraha. So we know jarra yajurru means to push. Jarra yajurru means push. So now it is ending with fatha. So we know whenever the muda'af ends with fatha, it can be either mansub or majzoom, but here it is amr, so it is majzoom, but it ending with fatha. So jurra means come, push it. So that's the fa'al amr again, and jurra's fa'al amr, push it. Ilal amama, and push it to the front. So somebody has pushed it back. من الذي دفع السبورة إلى الخلف؟ تعال يا سعيد وجرها إلى الأمام. And Sa'id, so if you see in the bracket it says Sa'id yajurru saburata. So why we give mudariya? It's to give pictures view that he is pushing the saburata, he's pushing the blackboard. Sa'id yajurru saburata. Anta jarartaha. See, jararta is maadi, jarar is a fa'al, and ta is your fa'al, and ha is your maf'ulun bihi. It tells you saburata. So you pushed it. You pushed it kathiran, a lot. So he's trying to push forward. He says he pushed it forward. Idfa. So dafa. So we know you pulled it a lot. Jarara. Jararta means you pulled it a lot. Idfa is to push. So idfa. So dafa yad fa'u. So dafa yad fa'u. So we know the fa'al amr, because it is having fatha, the hamzatul wasl will have kasra. So from here itself we can see which bab it is belonging to. So dafa'a yadfa'u, so it will be fataha yaftahu. So idfa, so push it, ilal khalfi, push it behind, qalilan, a little bit, qalilan. And he pushes and says yakfi, enough. So kafa yakfi. So fail naqis here, kafa yakfi. So utrukha. So yakfi again is enough. Utruk, taraka yatruku is to leave. Taraka, he left. Yatruku, he lived. So utruk means leave. Leave it al-an. So leave it now. So he pushed it appropriately. So this ha refers to saburta. So utrukha al-an. So now the master says. So the teacher is holding a book. Now the Mas'ud looks at it and says, هذا هو الجزء الثاني من الكتاب. So here هذا هو. So here huwa is for just for emphasis, like a little bit of element of surprise, you can say. So this is it, the third al-juz thani. See, the third edition, juz min al-kitab, from the book. Ya ustad. So it says, the ustad says, the mudarris says, naam, yes. And he says khuz. Khuz means akhaza. We know akhaza ya'khuzu is al-mahmuz. So the amr is khudh. We know akala ya'kulu kul. So these are the atypical fi'ls where the amr is formed in a different way. So we say khudh hadhihi. So here hadhihi is your maf'ulun bihi. So an nuskha. So what is an nuskha? So nuskha means it is a plural for copies. Nuskhatun is singular and nusakha is nusakhun is plural, but because it is maf'ulun bihi, so we have fatha an nusakha. So hold these copies wa'uddaha. So adda he counted. So ya'uddu he counts, and when you give amr, it's a udda. So count it. That's the amr. So different forms of amr we can see here. It's maf'ulun bihi, and that is the badal which represents, and udda is fa'il amr, and again it is maf'ulun bihi. And after a while he says, he's asking question, harpers and nuskha. Adattaha. So did you count it? So he says, come here. So why we have here and hadihi, just to again remind ourselves, and nusukha is copies. It is jam'u ghayr aqil. So like kullu jam'a mu'annas, that's why it's treated as a singular female. So that's why it says khudh hadihi nusukha. Hold these, take these. So it's not this, these copies, and count them. Wa'uddaha. Then again he asks adattaha. Did you count them? So here ha and here refers to the plural. Them. Come here. And how many are they? Come here. It says, so it says naam adattuha. So I counted them. So two is violent. And here they are. So here not she, which means here refers to nusakh. Nuskhatun. They are khamsun wa arba'un. So we know the numbers. So it is 5 and 40, but we know it's how to say it is 45. Nuskhatan. Why nuskhatan? Is because the number from 11 to 99, the ma'dud is singular and indefinite. Tam'iz. So if you remember, it's tam'iz. That's why it is nuskhatun. If it was only 3, this is salasatun nuskhin. So here, khamsun wa arba'una nuskhatun. So Al-Mudarris now says, Nadrusul an hadithan. So we're going to read a hadith, and we are also going to read a hadith. We're going to learn a hadith. So aktubuhu ala saburati. So I'm writing it on the blackboard. So faktubuha. So here faktubuha is fa. Aktubu is a fa'il mudari marfu'un bi damma. So here faktubu is fa is your ataf. So we know the fa comes because it is connected to this previous thing which comes. I'm writing on the board. Therefore, uktubu. So kataba yaktubu. Uktubu is giving command. So uktub is a fa'il and wow is the here fa'il which represents antum. So all of you write, and who is maf'ulun bihi. All of you write it fi dafatirikum in your notebooks. Yaktubu. So and he writes an anasin. So we know an is your harfjar. So it's a sentence begin with harfjar. So no, there's something missing here. So which means here normally there should be a file which normally is bit rawa. He narrated from it's an anasin from Anas radiyallahu anhu. So radiya again we know say is a file naqis. So here radiyallahu anhu. So if you put this in brackets, this is called a parenthetical sentence, which means this part is not connected to what is being going to said or what has been said. That's what parenthetical sentence means. So you come out and you say something and you go back. So whenever you mention for the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a parenthetical sentence. And if you say Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which we're going to say in a minute here, so that is a parenthetical sentence which is not connected to what you're going to say. You come out of it and you say something and you go back again. So an anasin, so normally it should be an anasin qala. So it's from narrated from Anas. He said, radiyallahu anhu is as a respect for the Sahaba. Ma masistu. What did he say? Ma masistu. So masisa, we know. Massa means to touch. Masistu means I touched. Ma masistu means I did not touch. So masis is your fa'al. That's the particle of negation, and that's your fa'al, and tu is the fa'il. Diyabajan. Dibajan. So I did not touch a silk garment. Dibajan is silk garment. Wala hariran. Neither a silk. So I have not touched silk garment or silk. Alyana. So what is alyana? It's come from layyinun, means is here. If you see, it is in the pattern of af'ala, which means it is ismu tafdeel, and you're looking for min, then it becomes a comparative, and we have min here. So I have not touched a silk garment or silk. So alyana means it's softer. Layyinun means soft. Alyana means it's softer than kaffi. So what is kaffi? Kaffi means palm. So he's saying, I have not touched a silk garment or silk softer than palm. So kaffi, min kaffi, white single fatha, because it is wahuwa mudaf, and Rasul is mudaf ilahi, wahuwa mudaf, and Allah is your final mudaf ilahi. So ما مسست ديباجا ولا حريرا ألنا من كف رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So here صلى الله عليه وسلم is your parenthetical sentence. So where we are giving as a mark of respect to Prophet ﷺ. So it is an obligation from all the Muslims. Whoever you hear the name of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, you have to send salutations and peace and blessings. So wala. So we're going to do sallallahu alaihi wasallam in future. Inshallah, see how this is formed. It's formed too. Wala shamimtu, nor have I smelled. So how do we analyze la here? This is la too. Again, to compare. So now neither I have touched anything, nor I have smelled. Shamma, then it becomes shamimtu means I smelled. Ra'ihatan, an aroma. Qattu. So neither I have never smelled an aroma. So qattu is used for emphasis in Madi. So anything which you've done in Madi, and if you say I have never done it, and then that never is emphasized with qattu. So wala shamimtu ra'ihatan qattu atyaba. Tayyiba is the like best, better, and atyaba is again ismat of tail. So the better than Ra'ihati Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I have never smelt the aroma ever, the more better, the purer or fresh, what we can say, to compare than that the aroma of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So ما مسست ديباجا ولا حريرا ألن من كف رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا شممت رائحة قط أطيب من رائحة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Subhanallah, we should be able to understand completely now. So qattu is for emphasis in the past tense. So and then ba'da hunayatin, after a while. Hunayatin is after a little while. So it says mutasghir here, after a little while. Akatabtum ya abnai, did you write ya abnai? So I hope we have written this in our minds, that how the Prophet ﷺ has been described by the Sahaba here. So the students say, so again that's the Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a parenthetical sentence. Lamma. So what is lamma? Lamma means not yet. So whenever lamma is used, so we don't have to bring the fa'al in front of it. So it is understood. So most of the time only lamma is used. Lamma, interestingly, it has got two meanings. So we know the first meaning is not yet, and it has another meaning which means when. So if you read the Quran and if you see lamma, so we have to analyze whether it means not yet or it means just like when in the past tense. So anything is mentioned about past tense, so we can use lamma, so which means when. So here it means not yet. So Al-Mudarris says, Ya Aliyu, La tazunna annani ghafilun amma ta'amalu. So very beautiful sentence to see. So quite a few things coming here. La tazunna. So if you can see, yazunnu is tazunna ending with the fatha, which means it's an majzoom. So this la is la'an nahi. So don't think. That's why he's calling Ali. He says, don't think. Annani. So we know anna, it comes in the middle of a sentence and inna comes in the beginning, except for qala. So again it will have ism and khabar. So ism anna will be mansub, which is here ya mutakallim. So don't think that I am ghafilun. So what is ghafilun? Ghafilun is called ism fa'il, which means it's like, if you want to describe, it's like a title of the doer. So kataba yaktubu wa huwa katibun. The one who writes is called a writer. So we have to, it's an ism fa'il. The name, the fa'il is the one who actually who is doing action, so that we have to look whether it is a name of a person, male, female, but it's the title is called fa'ilun. So and it's in the pattern of fa'ilun. Ism fa'il is in the pattern of fa'ilun, so we need to remember. So any three-letter fa'il, if you take ذهب يذهب ذاهب ضرب يضرب ضارب, any three-letter fa'il will have this pattern of ism fa'il. Wajada yajidu wajidun. So all these are ism fa'il. So here it says, don't think that I am ghafilun, means unmindful, that he is not paying attention, or he is like he does. So don't think that I am unmindful. Unmindful about what? So amma is here two letters, we should know that it is un plus harf jar plus ma ism majroor. So that I'm unaware of what that you are ta'amalu, that you're doing. Innaka la taktubu darsa. So truly you are not writing the lesson. Innama. So innama, again as we mentioned before, we're going to do it later on inshallah in detail, but here it means you are only taktubu, writing, risalatan, you are writing a message. Alaysa kazalik, is it not like that? Rudda alayya. So what is rudda? So rudda, here the teacher is telling reply me. So he is pointing to the Ali and says, you are not writing, don't think I am not watching you, I know what you're doing. You are not writing the lesson, and you are writing some message. Is it not like that? Rudda is reply. Reply me. You reply me. So what does Ali says? He says Bala. He says, oh, I've been caught. He said, but he accepts his mistake, which is a good thing. So if you're doing a mistake, you need to accept it. He says, Bala huwa kazalik. It is like that. Ana asifun ya ustad. I'm really sorry ya ustad. Lan a'uda. So again, we need to see how this file is formed. Adam is actually to return. So lan, we know it is a harf mansub, harf nasb. So it will make file mansub. So here we have a'uda, which means here it means that I will not return to this limislihi. So I'm not going to do like this again. Abadan. So we can see here abadan is used when you have to emphasize about a negation in future. So I am not going to return to this behavior ever. So that's what here it means. Lan a'uda limislihi abadan. So if you had to say that I have never done it in the past, you say qattu is used, but here you're telling in futurity that I'm not going to do in future this behavior abadan, insha'Allah. So if Allah wills. So that's the mansoob fa'al. So with this, inshallah, we come to end of class 63. So alhamdulillah, so this lesson teach us about how to understand the fa'al, which is mudaf, in different forms, the marfu, mansub, and majzum. The main thing is to understand the majzum, which ends with fatha, unlike the other fa'als, where either it is sukoon or the weak letter is dropped in mu'tal fa'als. So I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. So inshallah, we're going to do lesson number 31, because 30 is the previous class 62, which was combined. So we're going to briefly touch again in the next class. So, and hopefully we should be finishing with lesson number 31, book 2. So I look forward to see you all again. So until then, assalamu alaikum.